Hi, my name is Sunmeet. I'm the co-founder of Nature. We're into all things natural. And in the last episode, we discussed about some current trending skincare and hair care treatments and my take on them. Now, the main gist of the entire conversation was that those treatments, one, they are very expensive, and two, they are short term, and three, they can give you a lot of toxicity and damage in the long term. So, what to do instead? What are the natural alternatives to those treatments? What do you eat? What do you apply? What do you do to keep your skin healthy and glowing without inviting any toxicity into your body? So, today we're going to talk about all kinds of herbs and botanicals, foods, oils that you can use in your day to day life, which are absolutely natural. And of course, when you buy, you have to read the ingredients, you have to ensure that nothing else is gone into them and they are completely natural, 100% pure, and you have to use them in your daily life. Now, the usage can be oral, it can be for skincare application, it can be in hair care application. So, we'll discuss the usage part also as we come to each and every product or each and every herb. So, starting with aloe vera. Aloe vera is a miracle elixir for us. It can be used for oral consumption. The aloe vera juice that is available in the market, many brands have it. Whenever you're drinking your nimbu pani, nariyal pani, or any other drink, add a tablespoon of aloe vera juice. It is great for keeping your skin healthy from within. It is also very good for repair of your body, the daily repair which your body has to undergo. Uh, which it does on its own, aloe vera will help it. So make aloe vera a part of your daily regime, and you can also use it in your face packs, in your hair packs, or you can use it as is as a moisturizer as well. So that was aloe vera, and then moving on to green tea extract. Now, green tea you can drink. You can have green tea as a hot drink or as iced tea, and you can also buy products with green tea extract for your skincare as well as hair care. It is anti-aging. It is an antioxidant, and it helps to fight free radicals, reduce sun damage, and improve your skin elasticity. Then comes ginseng. It has a great ability to boost skin metabolism, enhance collagen production, and improve skin firmness and elasticity. This you can again use it as tea, or you can buy products with ginseng extracts. Moving on to rosehip. Rosehip is packed with vitamins A and C. It promotes cell regeneration, brightens the skin, reduces the appearance of fine lines and hyperpigmentation. Rosehip oil you can use in the moisturizing part in your CTM. CTM is cleansing, toning, moisturizing. So, in the third step, you can use rosehip oil. In summers, you can use it at bedtime. In winters, you can use it in the daytime as well. Rosehip is orange colored oil. So, if you just use as is and if you use in a lot of quantity, your skin can temporarily turn orangish. To prevent that, you can mix it with another oil like almond oil, sesame oil, make a blend and then use. I add it to my body massage oil and I use that. And my body massages happen throughout the year, summer, winter. So that ways I'm using rosehip oil and sea buckthorn oil. Both are very, very good for anti-aging. You can also use rosehip oil as belly button oiling. It is great for anti-aging, and if you use it daily in your navel, it improves the skin texture from within. Moving to chamomile, you can use it. You can drink it up as chamomile tea, and you can also infuse it in oil and use that for massages. Very calming, very relaxing, great for babies as well. Calendula is anti inflammatory and has healing properties. It aids in skin repair, reduces redness, and promotes a youthful glow. Again, calendula infused oil is a great option for using it on your body. Gotu kola is a great herb. It is celebrated for its ability to stimulate collagen production, improve skin firmness, and enhance skin's overall appearance. Again, use it in your face packs, use it in your body massage oils. Licorice root or mullet tea. It is known for its brightening properties. It helps to even out skin tone, reduce hyperpigmentation, and protects us against environmental damage. Uh, Licorice root can be used in your herbal teas. Add a stick of licorice root. It's very, very good against common cold and cough. And it is great for skin brightening. So buy licorice root powder and use it in your face packs, in your body scrubs. It's excellent in summers. Moving on to turmeric. Turmeric is rich in curcumin. It is powerful anti inflammatory and antioxidant. It helps combat signs of aging and improves your skin radiance. Again, you can use it for oral consumption. We all consume turmeric in our foods on a daily basis. If you think your consumption is not much, you can also take it as a powder or a capsule and add it to your foods. Make sure that it goes daily in your food as well, and add it to your face packs. If you have dandruff issue, you can also add it to your hair pack. Then moving on to sea buckthorn, it is packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidant, nourish the skin. It promotes regeneration and protects against aging. Again, use it in your face serums, body massage oils, buy soaps which have extracts of sea buckthorn. It's a beautiful oil, but just like rosehip, it is deep orange in color, and don't use it directly. Add it to another oil, dilute it a bit, and then use, or use it very sparingly. Now, moving on to some carrier oils, which you can use. You can make a blend of these for using on your skin as well as hair. So, these are the oils that are anti aging in nature and which are very, very nourishing. So, it has the list has argan oil, jojoba oil, rosehip seed oil, sweet almond oil, avocado oil, pomegranate seed oil, marula oil, olive oil, coconut oil, and squalene. Squalene is also derived from olives, and I personally prefer squalene to olive oil. So, olive oil, I would use it for the cooking purpose, and squalene I would use on my face, on my body, in the face serum, in the body massage oil. So, when I make my body massage oil blend, and that is usually different in every season, so I would make a blend of these base oils. I would not take one. So like in summers, I would go with lighter oils like argan and jojoba and avocado. And in winters, I would use uh, warmer oils like almond, sesame, olive. So I would go with this. Coconut also for summers. So I mix and blend oils and I use them, and that ways the benefits multiply, they add up. So if every oil would have 4 5 benefits or 10 benefits, then if you are using 4 5 oils as a blend for your skincare or hair care. So all those benefits add up. So try blending oils and see what suits you, and accordingly you can decide. In terms of essential oils, the ones that resonate for anti-aging are frankincense, lavender, rose, sandalwood, geranium, carrot seed oil, which is excellent for sun care as a natural sunscreen, neroli oil, lang lang oil, myrrh oil, and helichrysum. So again, the aromas are different for each and every oil. The benefits are also different. One thing that is common in these oils is that they're all anti-aging, but otherwise, because of the aromas, you may like some, may not like some. So it is good to sniff these oils when you're going to buy them, if you're going to a shop, and see which one resonates with you, which one appeals to you, because you won't be able to use any oil in the long term if you're not comfortable with the aroma. Some people prefer citrus aromas, some people prefer floral aromas, some people are more into woody aromas like sandalwood, cedarwood. So see which one appeals to you, and then if that falls in the anti-aging category, then you buy that. So out of these, I'm more of a floral person. So my personal favorites are rose and lavender, and that is what I would go in for if I were to make a blend. So a mix of carrier oils and one or two essential oils. So a total of 7 8 oils, and it's a beautiful blend which just takes you through. Now another interesting concept is the ORAC value. Or ORAC is basically oxygen radical absorbance capacity, and this tells you how much anti-aging capacity that product or ingredient has. So you can also buy this can also be like, a buying decision for you, for considering which one to buy. If the list and the names confuses you and you don't know what to buy, then you can strictly uh, check out the ORAC value of that particular oil or ingredient and then decide. Then in essential oils, there's also another concept called the frequencies. Frequencies are believed to resonate with the body's natural frequencies, and a healthy body resonates at above 62 megahertz, and disease happens when your frequency is less than 62 megahertz. Now, one way to raise your frequency is by using essential oils with higher frequencies. So, like frankincense is 147 megahertz, lavender is 118 megahertz, rose has got the highest frequency, 320 megahertz, sandalwood is 98, geranium is 105, carrot seed is 96, neroli is 92, lang lang is 98, myrrh is about 105, and helichrysum is 181. So you can also use the ORAC values to decide what to buy. In case sniffing them or checking out their aromas is something you don't want to do, you want to buy it strictly as per the nutrient value or the ORAC value. This can be your buying decision as well. In terms of foods, anti-aging foods with high ORAC values, you can go in for goji berries, dark chocolates, pecan nuts, elderberries, wild blueberries, cranberries, artichokes, kidney beans or rajma, blackberries, prunes, raspberries, strawberries, red delicious apples, Granny Smith apples, black beans, raw, plums, cherries, red cabbage, and broccoli. So, in food items, these 20 have got the highest ORAC value. So, if you consume a few of them daily along with your daily meals, ideally, if you can take it in your salads, so the raw ones would have more ORAC value vis a vis the cooked ones. So, if you can somehow include them, and if you've noticed, all the berries have come in this top 20 list. So, in fruits, berries are the most potent, they are the most anti aging, they are the most nutritive. So, whatever berries are available in whichever season, buy them, consume them. When I travel, if I'm in Europe, there all kinds of berries are available. So, I would skip a meal or two to just go to a supermarket, buy berries, and just have them. So, they're very, very nutritious, very anti aging, great for the skin. So, include them in your diet. In terms of herbs uh, and spices, which are anti aging and have high ORAC values, the one that tops the list is cloves. So, add cloves to your teas, to your meals, oil pulling blends, wherever you can add it, wherever you're okay with the aroma of cloves, please add them. It's excellent. Sumac. Sumac is uh, spice which is used in the Middle Eastern cuisine. And after reading about and understanding ORAC values and knowing that it is also very high on the ORAC value list, um I use sumac regularly in my soups, in my salads, in my baked vegetables, and it is delicious. It is tangy like tomatoes, like we have amchur in our Indian cuisine. So Sumac is there in the Middle Eastern cuisine. So wherever you use amchur in the same recipes, you can substitute with sumac as well. And it has a higher ORAC value vis-a-vis amchur. Then cinnamon, oregano, turmeric. Turmeric again comes here. Cumin, parsley, basil is tulsi, ginger, thyme, sage, rosemary, peppermint, marjoram, bay leaves, chili powder, paprika, curry powder, coriander seeds, dhania seeds, and dill weed. So, any of these spices, if you can incorporate in your daily foods, daily salads, soups, or whatever foods you cook, it'll be really good. So at least one or two of them should be there daily. And I think turmeric is something then we use in all our dishes daily. So one spice is definitely going, but try to include a few others as well. There's another spice that is used in the Middle Eastern cuisine. It's called zatar powder. So just like in India we have garam masala, in Middle Eastern cuisine they use zatar powder. It's a blend of sumac, thyme, oregano, marjoram. Now all these four spices are there in the top 20 ORAC value list of foods, of spices. And zatar is a mix of these four. So zatar powder's ORAC value is also very high, and again, wherever you use garam masala, you can always use zatar powder as well. So again, I used both sumac and zatar very extensively in the foods at my home. So that was it for today. These were some herbs and oils and foods that we can incorporate in our daily lives, in our meals, and ensure that we are doing everything the natural way and we are incorporating anti aging practices in the most natural and safe way. So, I hope that helped you, and do share your feedback with me. Do share what topics you would like me to talk about next. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.